Ironwood! Whoa! Alright, so
now if we ever see Woody in real life, I would like to see you two do the fusion dance.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Fusion!
Yes, it is.
Okay.
So this is going to be kind of like in grade school where the teacher would need someone to run the projector. Do we have a volunteer?
You got volunteer.
Why not?
Cheetos! Give me!
Cheetos. Okay, so it's a two-step program, and then I'm actually going to have to come over for the third part.
Just grabbing your bag behind
I like
you.
how it's a two-step and make it a three-parter. So,
We're having a what?
three-parter. Kind of.
Or is this when you just, have a real quick explosion and then you need about an hour?
So, minute man.
Quick fact, ducks have 9-inch exploding corkscrew penises.
How do you know this?
How do, Shelby, how do?
Well, there's this video online, you see.
Did you do something bad in Disneyland?
What part of the internet were you on?
Get that duck out of here.
I was young and very stupid.
All right, so
Went to Disney World, I got to sit on Donald Duck's lap.
welcome to SGC, everybody.
Okay, before we start, who wants a business card if you have not gotten one? Who wants a business card? Okay, we have business cards.
One to an awesome G1.
Alright,
And if you do not get one now, we will be giving them out as you all exit, so do not worry.
Oh, I already got yours.
now give him James's business card. It'll be never-ending chain.
I have no business card, but I do give high fives, and I will give those at the end.
Sweet, sweet high fives, the best you'll ever have in the history.
Maybe I should get like a little metal iron put in my hand, and I could just brand people when I high five them.
Money rings with fantastic.
Can I get one across the face?
Across your face.
Don't start that.
Face.
Too soon.
The man in Stanley Kushik has joined the
Excuse
ranks.
yourself, sir.
Vuvuzela. All right, so James, what I'm going to need you to do,
Okay.
as we all know, okay, Stan, I'm really glad you did that before this started because I would have, really... We have 3 rules. 1, if anybody walks into the panel room after we get started, everybody has to turn and go to that person and say, hey, all right. Like that gentleman right there. 2, if somebody leaves the panel for any reason other than, G1 Dubs. Oh, you're good? Okay. Oh, the pizza's here. Never mind. If anybody goes to leave the room for any reason, we all have to point at that person and go,
This really is turning into a porno. We've got a room full of people. We've talked about creating ducky dicks, and now we have pizza being delivered. This is a porno.
the next thing is the
Clay, I
plumber's going to
cannot
show
pay
up.
for this pizza.
Anybody here a plumber? Just curious. So wait, you can't be the pizza guy and the plumber.
Iron Man!
Shut up! Murder range.
All right.
I will throw marshmallows at you.
And that's our good friend, G1, the Captain Sano, Jean-Luc, as you might remember, was me.
Damn.
And the third rule is if somebody comes in and they're going across the front of the room and they're going to cross the camera, you all need to go and go, stop!
Stop! In the name of love!
Because I absolutely hate people that do that to me. So, they're not doing it in our panel. So, James, what I'm going to need you to do is go ahead and open up PowerPoint. There's one right on the desktop right there. And as we all know, power corrupts and PowerPoint corrupts absolutely, so we're going to minimize our time in it.
Where's this at?
It should be...
You're the best guy.
Hey, you in the back.
Streaming on budget.
Keep it open. I know. Keep it open.
Keep it all doors.
Yeah, you
You can sit down.
Oh, hold on.
You really shit the bed this time.
Out of the way.
Iron Man! Iron Man! Iron Man! Iron Man! No, stop.
I'm sorry.
Do I yell that? Do I get marshmallows? No.
Really?
See this badge I have? It gives me the right to do whatever I want.
close to your dick.
Wordman, are you our professional South Carolina bouncer?
Wordman.
Are you our bouncer?
Nick!
I mean, are you standing for the door? I'm not.
No, you're fine.
No, you can stand up if you want to. I'm just wondering. I will let you be comfortable. Everybody now can get naked. I'm kidding.
Iron Man!
Get naked, Tom.
No.
Take your jacket off.
No. I'll take the jacket
Take your
off.
jacket off. Boom, chicka, boom, chicka, boom. Ow!
I think this panel has derailed to sex jokes far too quickly.
Do I have a...
So streaming on a budget, everyone.
All right.
Alright, welcome to Streaming on a Budget. We are already 4 minutes late.
But at least we got it working, which is something that we couldn't say just moments ago. So thank you all for coming out. Our inside joke for the longest time was if we could get at least 10 people in here. We've definitely exceeded that. So from the bottom of our hearts, we thank you very, very, very much. And Woody Man thanks you too.
This is our first and only panel we've ever done.
First, last, best, and worst.
You are all of our firsts.
So,
It's like an
oh baby.
Never forget.
I really should have brought the fire extinguishers to clean all that. Welcome to our panelists.
Yes.
Now, since we can't sit up here and talk like a bunch of loony goons, we actually built a thing to show you. We're gonna instruct you on how to stream on a budget because we're all fucking poor as fuck.
Yes.
And I'm gonna swear, and she's gonna swear, and Tom may or may not speak.
I may or may not partake depending on how things go.
There should be yips by the end of the night.
So, let's go ahead and officially introduce ourselves because I am seeing some faces that I do not recognize that would be either friends from Twitter or...
They're from the internet.
They're from the internet.
I live there.
It's hard to live in a series of tubes.
Yes, so let's go down the line and introduce ourselves. Hi, my name is Thomas Harvey. I'm also known as G1 Tom the Iron Man. You can find...
Iron Man! Iron Man! Iron Man!
This time.
You got it.
Let him have his moment. He's G1 of the year, if you guys don't know that.
Humbled and honored.
Screw
I
Tech
serve you
Archive
all
is
well.
literally at Tom's house.
It really is. Don't let her fool you.
The offside archive.
I was talking to Jared today, and he was asking Brittle Floss. He's like, Brittle Floss, how are you going to record your channel? And I go, no, Tom's got it. And Jared goes, yeah, Tom always fucking handles it. He's got it handled.
And to my left is...
Hi, my name is Shelby. You also know me as Roocrow. I interned for ScrewTech for a full year. Woo! I actually was there. Nobody credits me, but I was there when the Kickstarter started, and I was there when the Kickstarter ended. So I helped, maybe?
We love you.
I was on the Mrarkon.
Sean got kicked in the balls.
I was there. I made it to opening ceremonies in spirit and in person, so I'm awesome.
So awesome.
Thank you for coming. I live here around here, and I know where ScrewTech HQ is, and you don't.
The mystery shall be hers.
You do.
Till her dying breath.
Hey! Bob Chipman, everybody.
Ladies and gentlemen, the MovieBob, please give it up for Bob Chipman! Bob, seriously, thank you. This means the world to us.
It really does.
Yes, because we're so broke students and things and stuff, so.
And all the way from Canada.
A fabled land from Scott Pilgrim.
Nice and chilly.
Stand up for this. I can actually see people and they can see me. Hi, I'm Kelly, also known as G1 Kainin.
Vuvuzela.
Sailors.
Thank you for tooting your horn at me. It's very much appreciated.
Give it a little toot, it's okay.
Hey, all right.
Wait, hey! So, there was this thing that started around circa summer of 2010. Jared was the host, was it, of the cosplay contest, and he was able to accurately nail every single person that came up on stage except for this one guy.
Except for one.
Except for one guy who was dressed up as a Combine soldier who actually ended up being Barney from Half-Life 2, and he was like, I should really play these games and find out what the big deal's all about, but I don't want to do like an afterthought vlog. I want to see people's reactions as things were going on, and that's, you know, that was the impetus. And then this young lady over here to my left went ahead and decided to take it the next step forward.
G1, I think it might have been Shiro, I'm not entirely sure, but so G1 was like, hey, you could stream. You could do it right here. You could do it with this thing called a Dazzle. And I was dazzled.
But not the Dazzle.
Okay. So I bought a Dazzle. It was about $40. off of Amazon, and I waited very patiently as it came in, and I got it, and I plugged it in, and I started streaming Silent Hill 1. No, I lied. I actually started streaming
Resident Evil
No,
No, before that.
Before that, the very
Before
first
that.
stream
With severe gorilla camera work, but it got the job done for the first time.
was Devil. What was it?
It was for the 3DS.
Yes. Taste got me 10 tries. Devil Survivor. Yes. On the DS. Over the shoulder.
Yes,
It
she
was
literally had her
hilarious.
webcam sitting over her
Oh,
shoulder.
I forgot.
What?
I forgot my surprise.
You're surprised?
I forgot my surprise.
Oh,
so,
wait, do we want to do that at the end, or do we
no,
want to do
I
that
want to
now?
do it as soon as possible.
Okay.
Okay.
So,
we can also check out if our sound works very well on your computer. Both actual
I hope so, because otherwise we're going to have problems.
No,
we had to move it over there because that's where
from
the
there
thing is.
spawned a whole wave. It's my legend. A whole wave of G1s who said she can stream it, but she's not a star. She's an intern. I can do it too.
So,
All of a sudden, everybody was streaming, and
Yeah.
I'm like, ah! I started
and
at a small
believe it or not, I actually didn't want to do it at the beginning because I felt I genuinely didn't have anything interesting to say. Which is, silly because every single one of my relatives saying, you should be a comedian or you should do like a stand-up thing or something like that. And I had gotten a capture device as a Christmas present many years ago because I had these far-flung plans of doing not so much reviews, but as my personal take on stuff. And as it turns out, for the software that we'll be demonstrating later on, it actually happened to be compatible out of the box. So, and she said, Tom, just shut up and do it.
That's what I think it is.
That's
And then on
love stories are
May
made.
the 19th, 2012, 3 days after my birthday, we did this little shindig called Race to the Finish.
Woo!
Yes. Which is awesome.
All right, I have one last introduction. If you don't know it, you'll soon know it. Red Cookie, you gonna say hi to everybody at SGC? Yeah. Since you couldn't be here in person.
Swag bird.
We'll give him a song. Let's sing for them. Tell 'em, welcome to SGC. And we're gonna be free. And we're gonna play video games and sing songs.
Thanks, Walden. What is this?
I'm just waiting for her to bring out the thumbstick.
It's okay, she's cute. Cookie. Yeah, that's right. Can't stop. All right, tell everybody goodbye. Say goodbye, Cookie. All right.
Goodbye, everybody.
Oh, yeah.
Bam.
So that is Cookie, the swag bird.
That was a surprise. No one knew about that.
Yes, not even I knew about
So
that.
in regards to Race to the Finish, what was the game you guys played?
We played Super Mario World.
And who won?
I did.
I don't think I've won a Race to the Finish, even though I started both of them.
It's okay. I beat Tom when we did Race to the Finish. For the first time.
Soundly.
Because you could probably play that game with your goddamn eyes closed and your feet tied upside down and hanging from the ceiling fan. Okay.
So now.
Try that now.
So even further, it took a while doing because Kainin had the world's worst laptop, and it's no fault of her own. And she was able to finally get, what was it, Xistimas?
Yeah, so I know some people don't like to use the dreaded E word, but in regards to streaming on a budget, if you can't afford a Dazzle or anything else, if you use emulators, I know yes, I used an emulator. I'm sorry. Dirty girl. I'm sorry, what? I get distracted. But yes.
Go ahead.
Do you need a moment?
No, I'm good.
If you're on a
Room
budget,
service for a towel?
if you're on a budget, just let people
Voice
know
towel
that you
out.
are streaming on an emulator because we love the gaming industry a lot and we support them. But sometimes, yes, we are broke. So just let everyone know I'm streaming on an emulator, but I plan to be legit. It's like being in the mafia. That you're in it to be legit.
Okay.
One day.
Every time you try to leave, those bastards just find a way to pull you back in.
So in regards to streaming with an emulator, myself personally, when I was using the emulator, one, it was to test to see how well I could personally stream, to see if I actually had people that were willing to watch me, fuck up in Metroid.
Against the most
jumps.
unbelievable working conditions ever of
Yeah.
unreliable internet.
But standardly, when I was emulating, it was games that either A, I have owned at some point in my life, did currently own, or they were never available in North America.
It's all about standards.
So
Yes.
pretty much I played Sailor Moon for a bit.
The beat 'em
I
up.
know, it's gonna be a while.
By moonlight.
Don't start.
So that's where we got the start from. So that's us.
So let's get the nitty gritty underway, so we can
So-
leave with the comedy of Q&A.
Yeah. So James, there's a little.
Or
have you
hit
worked-
F5.
Is it F5? I forgot what the shortcut.
F5?
F5.
And then all the porn just starts appearing across the screen.
I was riding in the car with Tom yesterday. And I was like, Tom, can I get on your iPhone? He's like, yes. And I'm like, I'm looking at your pictures. He goes, no,
No!
Tom. I'm like,
That's just a thing you don't do.
what are you doing?
What are you doing?
That was F5.
First of all,
Hold on.
I like how now I just look over and like,
this is our first panel. Can you tell? How is everybody?
what?
Okay, for the record,
James, how drunk are you?
I'm fine now.
Oh,
I have
Last
toilet in
night.
my room and it's waiting for this.
All right.
Saturday, I
So
want you to read along. What does it say?
Oh, for Christ's sake, streaming on a budget or live streaming and why it's awesome! Christ, people.
we don't know who pulled the audible to change the name of the panel on the card outside, but we thought, like, well, why not? That sounds a little bit more exciting than what we came up with.
It is awesome. You
Yes.
can play games and be stupid.
So, yes, exactly. So this is how to make the most out of. What streaming service should you use? You got a bunch of options at your disposal.
No, not software.
That's the software,
Service.
but we're talking about the service itself. So you could use live stream, you could, but there's a problem with it. It has a cap of 50 viewers unless if you get into their program, which is like super ridiculously exclusive. And most of the time you only see people using live stream to go ahead and actually stream like movies,
Artists.
illegally, stuff like that. It's hard to break into. You could also use, next please. You could also use Ustream. This thing is on its way out, dying fast. It really seems to be only used for like big entertainment things like comedians and stuff like that. Yeah, and that's why I was shaking my head. I was like, why are you using a service that's on its way out? Like,
up the PS4 and
no, that's a legitimate concern. It was the same kind of like fumble when
It's like-
Kazurai said, we're going to use AT&T on the Vita, and I'm like, do you want this platform to fail?
Again, I repeat it. Why did you bring up PlayStation?
So,
Next slide.
Next slide.
Oh, sorry.
Now, if you have over 1,000 subscribers on YouTube,
Good luck.
You can't. Yeah, exactly. Good luck.
Don't say good luck, because they might.
Well, no. Here's the thing. You gotta have 1,000 subscribers. Something that I'm probably 1/10 away from. I mean, it's just not gonna happen unless if everyone in this room decides to sign up. Each and every one of us. But it's hard to break into. YouTube is not the same service it was a couple years ago. Everybody, if you don't know, Brentalfloss got his big debut discovery because his Tetris song got featured on the front page of YouTube. They don't do that anymore. They just display what your subs are. So that doesn't do you any good at all. So that's why we use Twitch. For those of you who do not know what Twitch is
It'll be
all
over
about,
soon.
yeah.
Please look at your lanyards at this point.
Yeah, seriously. Thank you, Twitch. Love you long time. So it's a spin-off of Justin.tv, but it's exclusively gaming centric. Now, the reason why we like this a lot is because not only can you put in any title that you want for your broadcast, like any good service should, but it also has a unbelievable catalog of games listed. So we're talking about imports, we're talking about local releases, we're talking about darn near everything.
Let me put in swear words, so you lie, sir. Trust me, I've tried.
Did you opt in on the universal language filter? Because that would do it.
We don't speak Canadian here, okay?
Oh, hell no! You want that other cheeks, Max?
Next time on Death Battle.
Shut up.
So, that being said, use Twitch. They actually are incredible about getting you started. So make
And
sure
there's no cap.
There is no cap.
And
There's
they'll
no,
pay you.
Yeah, if you actually manage to get enough subscribers, and there's no limit on that. Their basic requirement to actually get in their monetization program is you need to maintain a viewership of 400 viewers throughout the entire broadcast. We're not talking about peaks. We're talking about throughout the entire broadcast.
On average.
And you need to stream at least 3 times a week.
Yes.
There's no minimum.
And they have to be
time.
video games.
Yes, video games. So if it's
So
it's
no
something
hanging off for
that we
money.
would. Hey!
Have a seat, sir.
So that's what we like to use. That's what we're going to use. And as it stands right now, you can go ahead and play Nintendo games on it. Nintendo can't do shit about it. So next
I
slide,
love
please.
Nintendo.
So what are your hardware options?
This is the nitty gritty, the price points, the things you go, I don't want to stream because I don't have something like an Elgato.
No, yeah.
I started with-
This is so sad for you.
I use a DVD recorder, and every time it was like, Shelby, why do you use a Dazzle? It's so amazing. And I'm like, okay. And they're like, how do I get the audio to set up? And I'm like, you don't.
You
You
actually
want to explain
can.
that jerry rig setup you had for your audio?
Yeah, we're going to get to that.
I'm still using that.
Yeah.
Don't laugh.
So
I'm just saying, you jerry rigged it.
Oh, yeah.
So for your hardware options, next slide, please. You could get the Blackmagic Intensity.
This is what Jared uses to stream, or used to use?
No, uses.
Uses.
Yeah. For everything that
internal
displays in 480i and higher, that's what he uses.
If you have a desktop.
I had my eyes set on this when I first, when Shelby said, Tom, just do it. Crying out loud. So,
But Shelby is $400.
oh, and then there's the Black Magic Shuttle Intensity, and this guy is $500. There's a bit of a qualifier with this on top of that. There's 2 versions of it. There's one that's USB.
She left her
They
phone
just
home.
let the air out.
So, your tires are gone. The rim is on the ground. What
And
do?
then the tire, it came off of my car.
So, but
And
there's
I was like, boom, 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 boom.
now there's a bit of a qualifier with the shuttle because it's only available in USB 3.0 or Thunderbolt.
Woo, Thunderbolt.
Ryan Stout, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah.
Means you have to have a Mac.
Ryan, we're gonna need to have you come up here in a little bit if you're
Of course.
not. Don't starve, Ryan.
So you can, don't start.
So, but to get a riser card, if your motherboard doesn't have Thunderbolt and if it doesn't have USB 3.0, that's another $150 to $200. You got to shell out just to use this. And then on top of that, with the shuttle and the intensity that you actually install on your computer, there are minimum system requirements that go beyond RAM and CPU clock speed. They actually recommend you have a RAID array.
You
And if
need to
don't-
have a really good computer.
If you don't know what a RAID array is, it's basically running drives in series to go ahead and speed up read times. It is more trouble than it's worth. So, unless, they're too damn expensive. That's the bottom line about it. So, what's going on? Steep hardware requirements. Yeah.
Next?
Yep.
No, sorry.
So, this is what we recommend starting out.
If you want to start streaming in a month or so.
And we're talking about, be humble. We all have humble beginnings.
Or you can go to a local Radio Shack and find the Dazzle.
Yes.
But, continue.
So, the Dazzle 100.
Woo! Yeah.
Yes. So next,
Getting that system.
It's very white.
it is. Might be racist.
Now, disclaimer, I did say there was going to be a raffle, and I still do mean that. I am having problems with my computer right now, so I decided to keep my Dazzle at home, just in case I need it, because I can't stream right now. But if you want to win my Dazzle, you come see me after the panel, and I will get all your names. And when I do get it all set up, I will draw a name, and I will send you my Dazzle.
She was experiencing a hard drive failure and she dropped it off, and they went ahead and wiped the thing clean and put Windows 7 32-bit instead of 64 on, and the thing just fell apart. So,
Fix me.
here, hold up.
Fix me. Keep talking, fix me.
Iron Man!
Yeah.
So that's the, so, and then you
They're gonna
actually,
be mad at us for this.
all right. So, and then you also have the EasyCap DC60. This is what Shelby has been using. Yes.
I like it. I like it so far. It has a S-video as well.
Which is really important if you're trying to do retro stuff and trying to get the best possible signal and picture quality you can get out of it.
Now let me give you another disclaimer. Now you guys are asking me all the time, and Rita Warrior asked me, he's like, I got a Dazzle, but no audio works. It won't work. I've tried to hook it up, it won't work because you have to have the software open, which then plays it, and it's stupid.
There's a way around that. There is a program called Virtual Audio Cable.
I'm lazy. So what I did was I took my headset and I sat close to my TV. And when the people in chat would go, we can't hear the game, I turned my TV up. So I could hear the game very well, which was really great. But then I couldn't play very late at night because my parents would get mad. But I know how to live with my parents.
And, that's
Independent 18 living on her own.
With the Easy Cap, there is you can make it an individual line-in audio, which will play audio from your game through your computer.
And this is similar to the diamond that I used for G1 Mario Party After Dark.
Yes.
Because the Elgato did not want to work with the 64.
I actually found out why that was the case, and we'll talk about it. No, it goes beyond that. So,
All right.
so yeah, so there it is up close and nice. Now there's another one. This is what I use. This is the Cannabis ADVC 110.
This is what ScrewTech uses.
Yes, I actually got this on recommendation from Craig himself at NecoCon back in 2011, and I actually, Santa, air quotes. Hey! All right.
Sup, hybrid?
Ladies and gentlemen,
Hybrid Ring.
Hybrid Rain, fellow G1 of the Year. So, now the neat thing about the ADVC, other than the fact that this is basically the capture device that Craig and Tom used when ScrewTech was first starting out at the beginning, it is also self-powered like all the other ones. The only catch is it uses FireWire. 6-pin. So you got to make sure you actually have something that'll work with that. It has S-video, it has composite, it has stereo. It's absolutely fantastic. But the only problem is this is not a new device. It is in fact very old. And for that reason, brand new ones seem to go for about $200. But like, this is streaming on a budget. What do? You can actually get these suckers on eBay for around $40.
Or you can go and stand on a street corner and offer some services.
Sold.
Oh!
Yeah, meet you in the parking lot.
So
She's right back to Canada.
now the thing is, since they do go for that cheap on eBay, because there are quote unquote better things out there, they go real fast. So if you have a smartphone, download the eBay app so that way you can monitor that thing like a hawk and get it when it comes out. So there's another thing going on here. So advanced users, and this is what we're all making the switch to. The Elgato Game Capture HD. Now, I took the dive on this when the Kickstarter went through and it was finalized, and I totally used my student loan money, and I totally shouldn't have, but I don't care because I have it, so ha.
So don't be like Tom.
I don't recommend doing that. That's very, very bad. I hope the federal government isn't watching this.
We're playing Borderlands 2, and Tom's like, Shelby, there's this thing. It's called the Elgato. And who was Domino?
Domino got it. I actually learned about it from Major Nelson.
Domino, yeah. He's like, somebody recommended it to me. It's like, it's a couple $100. I'm gonna buy it.
It is literally the stack of the size of a stack of playing cards.
I'm trying
It is
to
ridiculous.
kill zombies here, and I'm like, go for it.
So this thing's amazing. James, next slide, please. It has HDMI in, HDMI out. Now, the cool thing about this is it actually, unlike the Blackmagic Intensity line of products, it can actually detect a signal below 480i. So that means you can actually go all the way back to the Atari 2600 on this thing.
Whoa!
Now, you got HDMI in, so that of course comes with your 360 and your Wii U. Then you've got AV in. It actually comes with component inputs, and that will actually go ahead and take care of your PS3 because the PS3 has encoded HDCP over HDMI, so the only way you're really going to get high definition out of it without buying a separate box, which is several $100s to strip that signal out, is to use component. And for
You plug it in and no work.
Yeah, that's basically the bottom line. Now, you can also...
So kind of like sex,
Yeah.
you stick it in your den. That is a lovely
Get it
shade
done.
of red, Tom. It matches Shelby's dress.
It matches the jacket and the vest.
1 minute without the sex joke.
So that's what works, and it's fantastic. So now the only thing we recently found out is about the Elgato. Like I said, it only outputs over HDMI.
They're still updating the software.
Yes.
for it.
So there was a slight kerfuffle with G1 Mario Party After Dark. Sorry.
Oh, don't give me some that we went through for G1 Mario Party After Dark.
So what we ended up finding out after I got
exactly.
after I found out from Elgato support,
wish.
the TV actually has to be able to detect signals below 480i. This is bad if you have a low-end TV, but if you got like a mid-range or high, like a Vizio, you're going to be in good shape. So, all right.
Next.
So, software options.
Next.
Oh, sorry. Dirt.
You could get Wirecast.
This
what-
is extremely expensive.
Yes, this mofo is $500.
But
Yeah.
this is what Screwtack, I believe, is still using.
Yes.
It is extremely awesome.
Yes.
And extremely easily customizable.
Yes.
And it's extremely awesome.
Yes.
It's like Photoshop Live plus Premiere.
Extreme. Now the ultimately ironic thing, the people that make Wirecast, a company called Telestream, they're actually the same people that actually helped found Ustream. So it's kind of funny how this program can be used on Twitch and other competing services. But like we said, next slide. It's too expensive. It's $500. So that's
Or software.
Now you could also use Adobe Flash Media Encoder. That's completely
If you
free.
like it free, this is the way to be.
But it is very, very limited in what you can do. It's
Extremely simple.
yeah, we're talking about just the game and nothing else.
Get one audio in.
Yeah, it's free, but you know the options. This is what we recommend.
You
Now-
can use XSplit, the demo, for free. That is how I did it with emulation before I actually
Yes.
bought it.
It supports a wide variety of devices.
I'll put a ring on that shit.
Yeah. It is stupid easy to use. Shelby said, Tom, just download the damn thing. And I was like, Shelby, what do? And she just like walked me through, and I was up and running in about 2 minutes.
It was great. Now this program, actually Tom showed me something in this program the other day. He's like, look, there's an X, a Y, and a Z axis. And he took his little splash screen and was like, and I was like, oh my god, it's
This
so beautiful.
changes
It changes
everything.
because like that puts that onto Wirecast. Like
Yeah, we thought, like, you know when they do screwing around on Fridays and they separate from the game screen and they split it back? So you actually go ahead and see the game and the couch camera.
we can do that now.
We can do that. We didn't think that was previously possible. So.
Hey!
Ladies and gentlemen, MatPat from Game Theory.
It's just a theory of game theory.
Thank you, Matt.
Audience member for this one. These stars this time.
He's so sweet.
So the XSplit, like we said, there is a demo. The only thing it does not allow you to do is the Z-axis adjustments, but also the XSplit actually also lets you to do PC games as well.
It is ridiculously simple.
Yeah, it lets you actually grab the video and picture and audio actually while it's being processed by your video card and your sound card, and is very, very system resource friendly.
Cool thing is, as well, on my XSplit currently, I have Tom's channel and my channel. So sometimes when I'm not paying attention, I'll actually start streaming to Tom's channel.
And I get a message that I've gone live, and I'm like, WTF. Shelby, what you doing?
Whoops, wrong button.
Stat.
We just need to go on there like,
Tom, I'm on your stream.
I'm in your internet stealing your viewers.
I thought I'd bring more boobs to your channel. I don't know.
Yeah. So it's now, like we said.
Sorry.
End of slide. Oh,
Is that in?
I guess that is.
All right.
Well,
That's how you stream on a budget.
Now, the other neato thing about XSplit, like we said, there is a free trial. There is no like serious restrictions. I was actually on Skype with G1 Digital Debaser, Screwdeck Debaser on Twitter. Up until 6 a.m. trying to get him to get Kirby working, and I was actually surprised at actually how many features are still available in the trial, and there was no watermark. So that actually is really, really great. The watermark's only there on local recordings, which you can do as well.
Come in. You person with the hat. Hi.
It's fine.
Hello.
You're amongst friends here. Feel free to join us.
Go ahead, sit down. Hey!
All right, so it's $15 for 3 months or $40 for a year. If you think about it, if you're eating out at fast food restaurants like every day a week, you will go through the... Okay, what are you doing?
Stop it!
Not... Guys, I think we're coming up on the 1-year anniversary of the Lawrence Ermagerd video, but anyway, that's a story for another day. So it's totally worth it. Like I said, you'll probably go through $40 a week just eating out in fast food.
They do go on specials. There are specials if you keep your eye out.
Yes.
You can buy it for cheaper.
Follow them on Twitter at XSplit.
Hey!
All right. So what we're going to do right now is we're going to go ahead and I'm going to disappear back to where James is.
For half a second while me and Kelly entertain you, because you were in for a treat.
Well, I was...
Sexy here.
Actually, he went under the range of the camera, so Hybrid, thank you very much.
Very smart. Okay,
So I'm going to go over there and you ladies can go ahead and comment while I go ahead and do the XSplit setup. So, BRB.
How often do you say that?
Still can't run a mic.
Oh, there's some you.
We have gifts, live gifts for you. Here is Shelby Easton to yip for you.
Stop. Everybody just look at her.
Devil May Cry.
Idea. Cheer warden.
This bastard over here. I'm trying to go to bed. It's 3 a.m. in the morning. I'm on the couch. He's in the bed next to me.
Oh, yeah.
And he says a line, and I cannot repeat it. He goes, devil may cry, devil may run up on an N-word. But he does it in the blackest voice. I lost it. It's 3 a.m. in the morning. And I think I was true. A little. Alright, so if you don't know, Kainin, Tom, and our missing lovely 14-year-old lady, all stream.
I like how you had to put there. By the way, she's 14.
She is 14! But she's cute as a fucking button. Now, what we have done for you, we've done for you, all you special people who have filled our panel room, thank you.
This isn't it yet.
It's not it yet?
This is setting
Oh, I'm sorry, we're doing live stuff. We don't have very much longer.
So this is XSplit.
This is XSplit.
It's going live.
We're going to show you some cool stuff how to go live. How to do it live.
To go live without going out.
But here's a teaser for later. We compiled a bunch of the best moments over the last year and a half, and we put them in one video.
So
for you all.
this is
That's not us.
Put that down. Put that down right now. Right now. So we're gonna do like a little teaser here. We're gonna actually show you how to maneuver MacGyver XSplit. Hey! All right.
Stop, people. Yo.
Tom's gonna be our man over here.
So this is one of the nice features of XSplit. You can actually adjust the scale chord if you can you like run one of those over here?
Hold on.
Is that gonna be?
I'll work. Thank you.
Oh wow.
Just pull it. Just pull it.
Okay.
That's what she said.
Damn it.
Just keep walking into this.
I know. Seriously.
So as you can see, it started playing the fantastic video from Enemy Crab Productions, Paul and Steve. You might remember them from my favorite partner show, Safety First. So,
Nice.
yes. So right here, as you can see, the XSplit window is too big, and you can't resize it. So what do? You got a little thing right here under View. You can go to Scale Chord. You can adjust it down to whatever dimension you want. So there we go. So let's actually bump that up to 70. Okay, that's perfect. So right here. Get rid of that. So, go to scene 1, and it'll do a little transition. Now, you got all sorts of transitions going up here. You actually have clockwise fan out, collapse, fan, fade in, hold, move bottom, move left, right, all that stuff you would see in Hollywood productions. Yeah. And then up here you got resolution.
For the record, if you want to run XSplit, you better check your computer settings, or you'd be like me, where I skimp by somehow on 64-bit, but on 32-bit I can't skimp by.
Yeah.
So,
Yes.
make sure your computer can handle XSplit.
Core 2 Duo, 2 gigahertz minimum. I think they said 4 gigs of RAM, but 6 helps. 8 and above, you're just in great shape. So you can actually go ahead and choose any number of resolutions. PAL, NTSC, 16:9, 4:3. At present, Twitch only broadcasts in 720. I don't know if they're going to increase it at any time in the future, but that's what I do. And if you want your videos to look all nice and pretty, because Twitch gives you the option to save your broadcasts and export them to your YouTube channel. So if you're a YouTube partner, you can monetize that stuff and try to get some money back. So you can actually go ahead and make sure if you're doing 480
For those
videos,
who use ad blocker, we know who you are.
and we will find you and we will hurt you.
I had a guy at work. I'm going to tell you what I work. But I had a guy at work, and he was like, yeah, I just have this app thing that does YouTube videos and blocks all the ads. And I'm like, I'm not going to lecture you,
But she's gonna lecture.
I make money from those ads. And he's raving about some comic book girl 15. I haven't gone to her stuff yet. She does comic book reviews. You should check her out. She's hot and very knowledgeable.
Is she box, Shelby?
I don't know. I haven't seen her. But I was like, when you block her ads, she's losing that money. And he's like,
Now, granted, everything that we've gotten so far hasn't been enough to make payout on
54
YouTube,
cents.
but it's something we are all working towards. So don't be a dick. That's Will Wheaton's first law, don't be a dick. So don't use ad blocker. Otherwise we will find you and we will kill you. So,
slowly.
But if we kill them, then we don't have viewers.
Damn it.
so
Damn it.
also
it's
you
not
can
working
adjust
out very well.
the frame rates. The trial's locked at 25 frames per second, but that's okay because guess what? Motion pictures are 24 frames per second, and the audio is in perfect sync. So that's no big deal. That's no skin off your back if you're doing the trial. So don't feel bad.
So the cool thing is when XSplit is working, when it works, it'll actually have this little red bar above it, and it
Yes,
says like
it'll
now
actually
recording.
record it, yes.
It'll show you the frames that are being recorded, and it will tell you what has been dropped.
Yes.
And if you see it constantly going encode, drop, then you're having a problem. So bump your settings down as you would if you were playing a really expensive video game.
Yes.
And hope to God that it works.
Yes. So the original plan was until we found out that the Wi-Fi in this hotel isn't good enough to actually
Terrible.
broadcast to any of our channels. So this actually gives us the opportunity to actually go ahead and show you the minutia of how to do everything. So down here you got add, and down here you have add camera. So let's go ahead and add me. It's probably going to be a very unflattering angle. Yes, it is.
Yeah! Let there be light.
There's me. That's actually not bad.
Your camera angle's wrong.
I personally don't find myself being a very handsome guy, so that's actually kind of funny.
You belong on money.
Money! Okay, so...
You get a face radio.
Yes.
Face radio.
Speaking of which, I actually have to pay out a rap dollar because somebody actually got something, guessed something correctly on one of my shows. I wonder who that person is. He actually might be in here, sitting at the end of the row, maybe next to G1 Hyper Combo 64. So,
fucker.
So, now over here, you can actually do other things. You can add media files. You can add screen region, which if you've ever seen any of our shows and you actually see the chat, that actually means you can actually go ahead and move this daddy right over here and actually highlight parts of the screen. See, and then you go
Picture.
Yeah, it crops it out, and it has very minimal impact on stuff like this. Now, if you actually try to do this and you run a PC game in Windows mode, prepare even your double quad cores to come to a screeching crawl, because that means you're trying to make XSplit process everything at the end of the cycle rather than in the middle or the beginning. So
it don't work right.
It's not recommended at all.
It makes the windows go all wonky.
Yes. Now, this is a feature that we actually try to do. I don't know if anybody actually watched when some mysterious person hijacked my channel for about 24 hours. Yeah, trying to raise awareness for the SGC Kickstarter. This actually allows you to pull up a camera that's attached to an IP address, and we're actually going to try to pipe it in through my channel that way, but we just gave the login instead. This is the feature ad game. This is actually what would actually let you go ahead and capture.
This is a really strange feature,
Yes.
because it does it in PC. It's only PC only. So if you try to add a game that's like going through something else, it doesn't count. It's like add Don't Starve or add BioShock from my PC.
Yeah, or what we like to do, Killing Floor.
Or you can do what Kelly does and add pretty pictures.
Yes, all sorts of pictures. You can also add Skype video, but we're going to be real honest, real talk. We could never get this to work.
Yeah, don't
Ever.
do that. Just
what we
screen
do,
region.
yeah, we just do screen region.
Cool thing about screen region real quick is if you have like a little Skype video and you hover over it, it'll actually say, do you want to capture this window
It'll
specifically?
actually highlight it in red.
It's awesome.
It's very cool. And you can also add titles and all the other things
I do
and more
that.
sources. So,
I
you
do
know,
a lot of titles.
and other things like go right here, you know, you can actually, yeah. MP3. Well, that escalated quickly, so you can actually go and add that kind of stuff right here. And it just doesn't end with pictures, you know, like.
It saves your stuff too.
Yeah,
after.
it does.
All right. Hey.
So, for example, we got, you know.
Oh, this is so fucking cool.
Yeah.
Tom showed me this, and
Okay.
I'm in love with
Yes.
this.
Rules of nature!
Tom was like, look at this, Shelby. I mean, splash screens. And I'm like,
Yes.
I need to start doing this. I'm a lazy motherfucker.
So you can actually go ahead and capture any footage from whatever thing you want, and actually we'll go ahead and play it. Media files, preferably MP4. You actually have the ability to set the start
Look at
times,
this.
set the end times. When it's finished, do nothing, rewind, loop, start with the scene loads, everything right here, add cue points, and you can actually go ahead and adjust the color, chroma key, everything, and then for your layout, this is that X, Y, and Z stuff that we were talking about earlier.
Chroma key is for green screen.
Yes. So, see, and there you go, play Load E3 2012.
All right,
and
Tom.
then, boom, it starts over. So that there you go. So that's that.
All right, Tom. How close are we?
We are almost done here.
Okay, because we only got 15 minutes and we gotta show that lovely video.
I
All
just
right.
only need 3. So,
Everybody get the timers out.
all right.
Quickly.
So here we
Tiny
go.
timer.
The
Time
next
him.
thing,
right,
general
I got a timer, I got a
settings.
timer.
It'll work if you're all quiet. So, down here, this is your basic settings right here. You can actually go ahead and down here and choose your microphone, stereo mix, anything. I actually have a Shure 58 hooked up to a 3.5mm mini jack. That's how I use that. I'm actually working on getting a Behringer audio board out too, unlike the one that our mics are running through right now to boost the audio. Over here, you can actually go and add your channels. Like I said, this actually works with everything, so if you do use live stream, Ustream, what have you,
You
got
have to
your
register
resolutions.
before you can do it.
Yes, you have to. That's the first thing first. And I will have to go and say that Twitch makes it unbelievably easy to get started.
Wait, who got a trophy?
Did anybody else just hear that?
You did first time. I know you just crazy.
Oh, first panel! Oh my god! I got trophy points. Yes, achieved the law.
All right. So up here, you got your name, your username, your stream key, and the channel location. Now, what this would actually show right here. I'm sorry, wrong drop down. Okay, right down here. This would actually load every known server for Twitch.tv that's available. Now, I have the great luxury of having one less than 4 miles away from me in Ashburn, Virginia. So, yeah. So I go ahead and choose that, and it has the lowest ping of all time. And then from right actually over here, if you have a scene running down here on the screen and you click on test bandwidth, it'll actually go ahead and check to see how many bits were sent, how many came back, if there were any frames dropped, and etc. So if you're on shaky internet, you'll be able to find out if your broadcast is going to be good. So the bit rate varies on what resolution you're using. If you're going to, I'm sorry.
Nothing stops Tom's streams. Only the electricity.
Oh yeah, seriously. My FiOS line has never failed me, but the power company, that's another story altogether. The lines are underground, yet the power goes out till. Anyway, so if you're using a bit rate for standard definition, you're going to want to do anything between 500 kilobits or 1,000. 2,500 will do 720, 5,000 will do 1080. And you have your audio and video codecs down here. I recommend a bit rate of minimum of 128. 192 is kind of overkill.
So it looks pretty.
Yeah, so there you go. You got your audio, you got your video. And this is the one thing that when XSplit was first getting started, it wasn't particularly clear if they meant kilobits or kilobytes. There's a huge difference. It's kilobits per second. So keep that in mind and don't exceed what your internet provider is. You may not have cared about your upload speed before, but it's never been more important than now. And that is that.
Woohoo! Yeah, XSplit.
And that's 3 minutes.
I think that was 2 minutes and 40 seconds.
All right.
All right.
So is everybody ready?
And to cap off the evening,
Have your questions ready too.
yes, this is going to go ahead and some of the best highlights from what's happened on our channel
Forever.
forever.
What the hell?
I remember
Maria
that.
just cut her own neck. What? Watch the screen. What? Did you see that? No. Maria just fucking killed herself. I don't know. Like I was doing hack and slash, and all of a sudden she fell over and died. I'm like, what the hell? Wait, is this gonna bring me to the garage? Oh my god, the garage.
Ladies and gentlemen, Lady Mrarkon.
Place of very bad memories.
Yes.
She now knows my
Oh
name
jeez,
is
I feel like I'm gonna relive a Kainin moment here.
This is the original clock tower for Super
Get in the car
Famicom.
and drive away.
At the end. Push the ladder down.
It's like she was asking
Whatever
for it
you
or something.
say. No! Push the ladder down.
She sat down.
Push the ladder down. What are you doing, Jennifer?
For a game that was released in 1995 and it didn't have support for the Super Nintendo mouse. Really?
Jennifer, I swear to God. Jennifer!
It looks like she just gives up right here.
I'm dead. Bye, world.
Dang.
I tried to push through the ladder!
Must mean that when you die,
Oh yes, here we go.
It's just loud.
The person she just shot at was me.
Yes. Fuck you, Tom Harvey. That was a heavy. I don't know if you saw him. He'll follow me.
When you watch Shelby streams, don't wear a headset.
Don't.
Wait for it.
wanna be over here.
Who hit you? Hit by Sergeant Harvey? Who's that guy? That guy's an asshole.
Yeah, he is.
He was like, hi, Shelby. And I'm like,
And Kelly, when we watch
You're gonna have to
this,
shoot it in
we
from the
do need
hip.
to have headsets.
Not gonna have enough time to do that.
PG-13.
Okay. You want this door or the other one?
So this is a thing that Lady Mrarkon and I have been doing. We were trying to get through all of Modern Warfare 2 Spec Ops missions. She is the best damn teammate I've ever had in the history of ever.
now, little disclaimer. When she did this, that's scripted. So when she's talking about you go in to get the knife, like this perfect timing. Here we go.
Alright, all you G1s in the chat, send us your power.
Okay, wait. Okay, David, Father, Son, Holy Spirit, amen. Let's do this!
That guy almost got me.
Did we do it?
We'd seriously been doing this mission for like 4 weeks and we messed up everything except for this.
We did it! We did it! We did it!
We did it! We did it! Yay!
Excited.
We're doing it!
I just realized this game is mostly button mashing. Yeah. There's no skill involved
This is
except
reserved
if you're like
for
on hard difficulty, which I am, but there's still Kind of how I feel like with the fights in the. That's when skill is involved, guys. I take that back. That is when skill is involved.
He remembers this one.
This one. Watch Kelly. Watch her closely. Here we go. 5 chair fails.
For all you assholes that were in the chat that night, thanks. I cut my hand like, fail!
She's lucky she didn't die at this moment.
Clock Tower's bad game. Bad things happen when you play it.
Microphone is right here.
Fucking condescending microphone.
Condescending microphone.
I'm bald. Okay, I'm trying to move it. Alright.
I know, move that way so I can actually move stuff.
I love how complicated the setup is. Please, man. Well, you're in the way. Whatever. I'm trying to hold shit up.
Chair will not cooperate. Oh god.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
Pull up.
This is my friend. This is my friend Zags.
Zags.
I want to chill, Sam.
Oh, okay, cool. Check that then.
This has become a catchphrase. And what you don't understand is that you don't understand.
No.
Is that when I played this game the first time with my friend, this very same Crimson Head in this very same room killed us after we had defeated a bunch of zombies. So it scared the shit out of me, especially the second time when I went through. And this time I got revenge.
Damn, hell hath no wrath like Shelby's fury. And she was telling you to calm down. I agree with you. Oh, yeah, that was the best son of a bitch ever in the history of the show.
Who said that?
Yeah, I heard
You
that.
guys don't even understand. You don't understand. You don't understand.
Flows like a river in history.
Oh, G1's in the room. To you.
So, G1 Eraser 35 sent me a copy of Viva Pinata on Games for Windows Live.
This is about to turn into a porno, so for those of you with virgin eyes, please close them.
It'll be like porn, like furry porn a little bit. Pinata porn.
We were naming all the pinatas after G1s.
All of lovely G1s who watch our show. If you don't watch our show, you should come. So here we go. They fly away to their lovely abode.
Is Wordman still here?
Hey! Here we are. Is it Eraser and Wordman?
It's Eraser 35 and Wordman.
This is gonna happen in real life now. So we do the awkward pinata tango.
Whoa.
I don't know if you played pinata. It's very non-sexual.
I'm 12 and what is this? Like seriously, every single one of the dances is unbelievably suggestive.
As it should be. They're having sex.
I just love how the record sound effects
Here we go.
pull right up. Whoa, looks like they're quite not done.
The nest was not enough to contain their love.
Make it happen, there's SGC, this right here.
Look at
The
Kainen's
word
face.
that I forget, were you in the front or the back?
Just look at how red Kainen's face gets.
Look how happy he is.
Right now.
He's so happy. Look at that bird.
Oh, they're Twitter pated.
I've seen some of them. Well, they're the shocker. Kelly, you are bright red.
That's the Irish in him.
Yeah, I lean over that one.
This is not rated E for everyone.
Oh, it's E for everywhere.
Yeah, go back into the
Avert your eyes.
Don't mind control Kainin. Don't do anything to Kainin. She is reloading.
XCOM.
You leave her alone.
You haven't played this game.
Don't move,
game's
Jeremy.
amazing.
Don't move. Don't.
Everyone needs to buy this.
Okay, you missed. That's good.
Lady takes her XCOM very seriously.
She does. She gets
She
very
died.
distraught when she kills us.
What just
She names.
happened?
You should never do this.
Everyone
Name your
died.
XCOM team over people you know. If you
Everyone
die, you feel
died.
guilty.
I don't even know what the heck happened. Everyone died. What just happened?
Kainin just
I
died.
don't know what happened.
Everyone's dead.
She's so sad.
Mind control.
And with
All I know is that I'm gonna run
the large bottle.
And drink one.
No, I don't think she suicided, dude.
No, that's the last thing I would do. At this rate, that's the last thing that's on my mind.
And
Just Chad motherfucking James.
motherfucking James.
Chad motherfucking James.
oh. This was back when we were first getting started.
If you don't know about our channel, we play these games and we play them with you.
Yes. You're gonna get a stun on me. This was back
Chad
when I
is
was
playing
first getting
Oro.
started.
If you can't tell.
For those of you that want challenge with Third Strike, have
This
fun.
is what you're facing.
Tom's not half bad at Third Strike.
Yeah, Chad's that good.
This is only round one.
God, those look like little surfbot bodies without heads. Chad didn't have his headset, so that's why you're not hearing him.
Yes, baby. It's about to get really ugly. I hope you're prepared. Here we go. Ugliness and incurring.
For those of you who thought that Ness from Earthbound was overpowered, look at this.
This is what we like to call the go get yourself a sandwich, you're done.
I could have put the controller down and left the room.
Pretty much.
Wait for it.
Now wait for it. There is a
Wait
grate.
for it.
You
Wait
get
for
grated.
it. Where's the turtle? Turtle. Turtle. Yes! Wait for it.
Now be very quiet.
S plus.
I think that's the pinnacle of the stream right there.
Sorry, Tom. S plus, motherfucker. Oh, you.
I love this game. That's the end. A couple minutes. All right. Would you like to ask us questions? Since we're here.
Why are you all so awesome?
Well, see, I was born this way. It was a bit of a genetic mutation.
So you're a mutant.
As my uncle likes to tell me quite often, yes.
The question for Tom, what's your favorite word that begins with an L, has 2 D's, and it ends in ER?
Guys, I don't like survival horror games because they don't like me, and I seem to have a problem with ladders, particularly in Fatal Frame. I don't know if it was like that on the PS2.
Problem with Fatal Frame in general.
I accepted playing Fatal Frame for a race to the finish, fully knowing I was going to lose, but I had no idea I was going to lose that badly. G1 side smash in the back.
If I may make a suggestion.
Yes.
I'm sure you guys have already done this. Lone Survivor. It's an indie game on Steam.
I have Lone Survivor,
Yeah,
and
it's
I've been
good.
wanting to play it, but my computer is shit. So I promise you this: I play Survivor games. When I get a better computer, it will happen. I promise.
Right now, at present, the only two people that really can do PC games in some capacity is myself and Kainin. So, director. Hey!
Goodbye.
Right,
thank you for staying close to the end.
Yes.
Bye, guys. Have a good night.
Good night.
Yes, sir. In the grave.
Yeah, when you're talking about like putting stuff onto YouTube,
Yes.
videos on Twitch, do you recommend like any particular way of? I've had, because I use XSplit as well.
Okay.
Broadcast of cutting the broadcast so that you can shape them more for YouTube, or.
Twitch actually lets you trim the video down, but if you actually want to get very specific spots, like cut out certain parts and others, what you're going to want to do, if you use Firefox as your browser, you can't get an FLV downloader, export the entire broadcast to YouTube, download it, and then go ahead and edit it and re-upload it.
Twitch has made it extremely hard to do this.
Yeah,
lately.
it'll let you trim, but it won't let you like cut parts of the broadcast
They
out.
may change it, maybe.
Hopefully. Because I try to do the no frills like uploads, and sometimes they're better than others.
This guy, Stan.
Hi.
Hi, Stan.
Hi, Stan.
Tom.
Yes.
Actually, all of you probably would know. What would you avoid having in a video once you finished it and then are exporting to YouTube?
Anything that has licensed music. Do not do it. I had a problem playing Viva Pinata. Grant Kirkhope composed an absolutely amazing soundtrack for that game, and he also did for Perfect Dark Zero. But those things are on iTunes, Amazon Music, etc., etc. Anything that has licensed music, if the game doesn't have an audio slider to turn the music down, don't play the game if you're planning to export it to YouTube.
Persona 4.
Don't play Persona 4. The only good thing that comes out of playing Persona 4 is playing Guitar Man right after it.
Not the airfield. The airfield in Street Fighter.
Oh yeah, the airfield in Street Fighter 4
You
for some
with the
reason.
Metroid
has a
on your
licensed
head.
Sorry.
Bobo?
Yes.
Yes. G1 Bobo had.
That Bobo.
Question is, what is your opinion on the new Twitch layouts versus the previous?
I like it a lot. Previously, you had very small viewing space, and this one actually gives you the option to expand it on both sides, get rid of the chat if you want to. It's a welcome upgrade. I'm just sorry it took so long for it to get there. Girls, what do you think?
I like the fact that it makes button making easier.
Yes, buttons are really
That's
cool.
very true, yes, yes.
It's interesting, but it's harder to get to things that you do. Like, it was a lot easier in the old one because you're like, I click my name and there's my stuff.
Yeah, there's
Now
like
you
a
have to
series
kinda,
of cascading drop-down menus, but if you're like a viewer, it's better. If you're a user, it's getting there. I understand it's a free service, and they're trying to monetize it by giving you Twitch Turbo. At present, I mean, I'm willing to sit through ads because Turbo does nothing for me right now. Stan, we'll come back to you. Let's get someone else. Walter the Awesome.
Oh.
I have a question. Do y'all have any experience using XSplit as opposed to XSplit, and what's your opinion on that?
We haven't because we've never heard of it.
Yeah, what is
the
it?
only other program that we've heard of is OBS, and we know Jared uses that, but since it's open source, it's only as good as the people who make it, and they're not being paid to do it, so we don't touch it. But what is the one that you use again?
XSplit, it's essentially open source XSplit. It's free fucking split is what it is. And the guy was asking about exporting before uploading to YouTube.
Yes.
XSplit, you can actually record a local.
You can do that on XSplit as well.
But it's a very low bit rate, regardless of what resolution you're running at.
Yeah, XSplit allows uncompressed, so it's like
Okay, see that's cool. It's like yeah.
Walter.
Yes.
Awesome.
How do you stream on Mac?
Hey Ryan, come here. Okay, you are okay.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Ryan,
Screwtech intern,
motherfucking Stout.
Productions. Ryan Stout.
You have lucked out because you don't have to pay for XSplit technically.
Hello. I'm Ryan.
He is one of the gentlemen.
Okay, so question for Mac? Okay, so I have a Mac. Who else in here has a Mac?
Yay! Good for you.
Thank you. Okay, so with Mac, I have kind of like a jerry-rigged setup. If you're wanting to stream, what I've used before is the Adobe Media Encoder as what to output the stream.
Which is free.
Which is free, which is good. The program that I use to stream it is called CamTwist.
It is also free.
It is also free, yes. And
you
it can do both like picture-in-picture. Like I know a lot of the Mac computers have, you know, the eyesight thing. So you can have that as, say, your picture-in-picture, and then it will stream the desktop, and there you go. Also, another thing that gets complicated is outputting both like the sound of the game and say if you have a mic as well. With that, there are programs called Line In, which is also free, and also Soundflower, which is also free, and that helps get all of the audio into one channel to output. So it takes a little bit of setup, but once it gets all set up, it's very easy, it works fine, and it's free. And that's what I use, and you can use it on any sort of, you know, Apple device. Well, not iPhone, because
that would be actually pretty cool if you could.
That would be, so maybe that'll happen one day. But there you go.
So that means if you have a Mac, everything is free and it's awesome to use,
Yes.
and you can do it. But you can't play any games.
We also we didn't talk about this when we were talking about what software to use. We neglected to mention that the actual capture software that comes with the Elgato Capture HD actually works on PC and Mac, and that's what HyperCombo64 over there uses with her Legend of Zelda playthroughs that she's been doing. So yes.
And I think it's like the Elgato, and I think the Hopog.
Hopog? We're never really sure how to pronounce it.
Hodgepodge. It's
Yeah,
called a hodgepodge.
Hippopotamus.
Yeah, if you want to do
hippopotamus
console
is there
stuff, the Hopog will work and Elgato will work. I usually just stream Steam games because
did a fantastic Sword and Sorcery playthrough. Go watch
with
it.
a limited library of Mac Steam games. I'm all on that. So excellent question.
Does anybody have any questions for Woody Man here? Oh, sad face. Yeah, the reason why Woody's up here is that as a side project to what we've been doing with ourselves as co-commentators on the channel, Ryan, myself, and Woody do this thing called a Gentleman's Night Out, where we try to pick like an Xbox Live Arcade game that has at least 3 players, and it's really crazy.
Sometimes invite women, and it's not a gentleman's night no more.
Hey, we can be gentlemen. I can be a gentleman.
It's all about inclusion.
No. I ain't going easy.
It was Scott Pilgrim. Speaking of which, that netcode for Scott Pilgrim is trash. So, any other questions? Because I think we might be running over.
Wordman.
Yes, Wordman. You know what? Based on what people are telling me ever since it came out on 360, it seems to be no better in functionality than the Android app. I would think that they would be adding that very soon, considering how tightly integrated Twitch is going to be on the Xbox One. So I would think, as far as the standalone app would go, I think they would probably have that because they announced it at E3 last year. I'm just surprised it took them 11 months to get the product out the door. So I would say hopefully sooner rather than later.
All right, last question, because I think we're taking over time.
I don't know if anybody else has the room after us, but we don't want to overstep our
Is there any more
welcome.
questions?
Why'd you jump off the bridge against the man-eater?
What?
Jumped off against the...
What? Repeat the question.
Why'd you jump off the bridge against the man-eater, Kainin?
I was like, she's a man-eater.
I have no idea.
That's the look of love.
Come here, Clay.
All right, everybody. Thank you. And we seriously...
Hey, what are you doing? You got in front of the Okay, that was worth it walking in front of the camera.
Yeah. Thank you, everybody, for coming onto this stream.
For the bottom
for this
of our
panel.
hearts.
This, I'm serious. This is, you guys all make it worth it.
Yes,
and we've
please.
always said, at least in my channel, every year donations go directly back to the channel.
We don't use it for ourselves. It goes
And I
right
mean
back to
it.
you guys.
Your guys' support is like, you guys make me feel like I'm living in a fucking fairy tale every goddamn day you show up in my life, okay? I'm serious!
We could have the absolute worst days of our lives and we cue the mics and suddenly our moods are completely turned around.
We can do the same. You guys have a good time. Make it big.
Thank you guys very much.
Thank you.
Thank you so very much. I know there are many things that are going on here at SGC. I'm glad you took to take an hour out to hang with us.
Thank you.
Don't forget
Thank you.
to pick up the marshmallows.
If you can pick up the marshmallows and if you want to be in
the raffle.
If you want to be in the raffle, come see me.
That's quite a sound effect. Sam Jackson might be making a return.
What's that? I have no idea who the camera is.